Hey there. Today we're diving into something that, let's be honest, a lot of us do, but we often feel kind of weird about it. We're going to talk about why replaying conversations in your head isn't a weakness, but actually a sign of some pretty amazing hidden strengths. Let's get into it.
You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You're trying to get to sleep, you're in the middle of work, and suddenly your brain just decides, hey, let's watch that awkward chat from 3 days ago again. It can feel like this endless, uncontrollable loop.
And it's not just a passing thought, is it? Nope. You are dissecting this thing. You're thinking, what did they really mean by that? Or was my tone weird? And what was up with that long pause? It is so easy to just label this whole thing as overthinking or anxiety, and for a long time, most of us have. But we are here today to completely flip that script. What if this mental habit of yours isn't a bug in your programming? What if it's actually a core feature of a very, very sophisticated operating system? Yeah, that's the big idea we're digging into. This tendency to rewind and analyze conversations, well, it's actually linked to some incredibly powerful and positive traits. It's a huge sign that your mind is working on a much deeper level. So let's break it down. We're going to walk through 6 specific strengths that are basically hiding in plain sight behind this very common habit. And I have a feeling you might just recognize yourself in a few of these. All right, let's unpack these 6 hidden strengths. We're going to go through them one by one, and I think you'll start to see how that mental rewind button is actually serving a really important purpose. First up, and this one is huge, high self-awareness. See, this isn't just you spinning your wheels. When you replay a conversation, you're actually doing some active self-reflection. You're asking yourself, how did I come across? And what was my part in that interaction? That, right there, is a cornerstone of emotional intelligence. Okay, the second trait, you have a powerful memory for social experiences. This is so much more than just remembering facts. You don't just remember what was said. You remember the feeling in the room, the vibe, the subtle shift in someone's tone. Your brain is basically an expert at recording this rich, super detailed social data. Moving right along to our third strength, deep empathy. You know, a lot of the time, that mental replay isn't even about you. It's about them. You're trying to step into their shoes to really get a handle on where they were coming from. It's literally an exercise in connection and understanding.
Trait number 4 is conscientiousness.
This shows you have this deep-seated desire to do well, to be better. You're reviewing the tape not to beat yourself up, but to learn from it. You actually want to be a better friend, a better partner, a better communicator. That is a powerful engine for personal growth. All right, our 5th strength is a big one. You have an analytical mind. This is a classic sign of a fast-moving, intelligent brain. You're kind of a social detective. You are breaking down the incredibly complex data of a human interaction to spot patterns, to understand motives, and to see the whole bigger picture. And that brings us to our 6th and final trait, rich emotional processing. You're not someone who just skims the surface of your feelings. When an interaction is meaningful or impactful, your mind actually takes the time to sit with it, to understand all the emotions involved, and to really integrate that experience into how you see the world. So, okay, we've seen the strengths, but what's actually going on in our brains? What's the psychological mechanism that makes us do this? Well, it pretty much all comes down to a concept called emotional salience. All this means is that your brain is hardwired to pay extra close attention to moments that carry a strong emotional charge, whether that's joy or confusion or embarrassment. Those are the moments it flags and says, hey, let's take another look at this. Think about it like this. There's a huge difference between types of memories. A simple fact like, I had coffee at 8 a.m. gets stored and honestly probably forgotten pretty quickly. But an emotionally significant moment, that gets stored in high definition. It's not just the words, it's the tone, the feeling, the entire social landscape. That's what your amazing mind is built to replay. So, after all of this, what's the most important thing to walk away with? How should we really think about this habit from now on? Let this one sink in for a second. This is not a flaw you need to fix. It is the very engine of your emotional and social intelligence. It's proof of your depth, your empathy, and your genuine desire to understand yourself and the people around you. So I want to leave you with this question. The next time you feel your mind hitting that rewind button, just pause for a second and ask yourself, okay, what's happening here? Is this my self-awareness kicking in? Is this my empathy or my analytical mind? Instead of fighting it, try listening to it. It might just be showing you one of your greatest strengths. well.